on both the group and the page. All right, everyone, sorry, our live feed cut out on us, and so what we have to do, unfortunately, is pick up this interview in a second little segment here with Christine Reavie, and we're here to talk more about her and her campaign and her platform. So we want you to make sure that you tune into the video before this one, earlier on this page, on this Facebook page. But let's just continue the natural discussion. Let's go on for
yeah, so we were just talking about doctors. Mary Jean had mentioned a question in our last interview, but unfortunately at this time we're not taking live interview questions. But she had asked a question about the steps that the city is taking to draw in doctors, and this is a big one. She happens to know a lot about this, so I'll just let you share with them.
Okay, so as I was saying previously, one of the committees that I first sat on when I joined council 4 years ago was the physician recruitment committee with a lot of neighbours, partnering neighbourhoods, and about 16 sitting at the table. And at the time the province was telling us that the orphan list had been addressed, and so that left the committee without a mandate. Mandate was fulfilled, so we shut her down. So we fast forward a few years, and people are again without doctors. There have been, you know, a few retirements throughout the county. So it really is time to get this up and running. A key person that I wish to reach out to is Debbie Robinson, the Reeve of Laurentian Valley. She was a solid member of the committee and was in fact the recruiter, and a lot of success at that time. We need to get her on board again. The city needs to get on board again, put a bit of money aside to attract physicians. So the other part to this I see is looking into nurse practitioner-led clinics. They've been very successful in other areas of the province. In particular, they're private clinics. They do need to be under the direction of a physician, but there's ways to work around that. There are a few retired doctors in the area that may want to put in a few hours a week. We don't know. So there's a lot to look into. I have been researching the clinics and do have a contact in another municipality, not a neighbor, but not too far away. And so certainly getting some expertise from that person.
Awesome.
So we need to do something. You know, there are so many people, I meet them daily in my place of work. It's sad really that they're at a time in their life where they need these government forms for disability, for example, filled out, and there's nobody to fill it out. They go to emergency and they're turned away because the doctors there just cannot take the time to go through these government forms.
Ever since the hospital opened up as Zone B, I heard it is a little more fluid in regards to getting people in and out a lot quicker. Did you guys have anything to do with that idea of having a Zone B, or was that just the hospital?
It's the hospital. Yeah.
It has benefited for things like that because Zone B does take on people who are just looking to get injections, or you know, just the things that are non-emergency cases, which is really nice. So that has definitely helped with the backlog. But it's nice to know that there are that it is being acknowledged that there are more family physicians that are needed.
Absolutely.
In this city.
Absolutely. Yeah. And you know, we have, first of all, we do have an aging population. Yes. Very important there. But definitely. Also when you're hoping to attract young families to make, you know, Pembroke their home, they want to know that they have a family physician and health care. I mean, we all need it at some point in our life. It's very important. So I'd like, I would certainly work as hard as I can to see that happen. And
wonderful. Right now, Christine, what are some of the things that Pembroke already has that you think are great drawings for families to move here to Pembroke? What are some of the things?
Well, actually, we do have a pretty good recreation department. There are a lot of things happening. kudos go out to a councillor in Petawawa who actually, when she was on the campaign trail, heard from many people, oh, there's nothing to do in Petawawa. So she sat down and she made a list of things to do in Petawawa.
Yes.
And when you look at it from a
It's
different
true.
lens, then you
Yes.
say, oh, and I met with a woman a couple of weeks ago when I was out, and we were chatting about what we need to see happen, and she mentioned to me, she's about my age, she goes, well, if you don't like hockey or you don't like music, there's nothing to do in Pembroke. And I said, okay, fair. What would you like to see done that, something you'd be
Good
interested in? And she said, I don't know. So,
Yeah, we need suggestions.
we need
here.
suggestions. All I can say is, council are not experts. They're, 7 individuals looking for input on, and what does the community need? What do you want? What can we
Yes.
work towards? So, we have a fairly robust recreation. We have hockey, sports, all of that. We have a beautiful waterfront, which is starting to be used more and more for
Yes.
activities other than the boats and the marina.
Yes.
So we have stand-up paddleboard going on, people taking their canoes, kayaks. So we have that going for us. We have a lot of small business. I'll tell you a story. I went to Toronto to a concert last year, Ed Sheeran, and I wanted to go and find some cute little places to go shopping. I don't shop at places like the Eaton Centre or anything. That's just not my thing. And we walked and we walked and we walked, and there was nothing.
Nothing.
I said, I would rather go home downtown to shop
in Toronto.
because yes, no, maybe
that
it's
block.
where we.
On that block.
Well, we were staying near the Eaton Centre,
So
and
the busy.
down in the waterfront there was one little store, and I bought a
Really?
little bag of fish and a fishing rod for my grandson.
Oh, geez.
But other than that, it was like, I don't know.
The
So
thing
we
is-
have a beautiful place to shop.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Downtown Pembroke.
It has become
Definitely.
a great shopping district.
It has.
Yes, it has,
Yes.
and
It's come a long way.
It has. You don't hear the people saying, "Oh, all the stores downtown are empty," and
Well, for some of our viewers right now who are viewing us on Facebook but haven't even taken a walk downtown in the last few months, what are some of your favorite businesses that have popped up in recent years? You want to shout out some of your favorite businesses?
Dot
Dot, yes, dresses.
Oil Store. I mean,
I like that one too.
coffee. There's just
Lots of good coffee.
Suzanne's. You can go down. You have to have several hours if you want to go.
Oh, for
to
sure.
places. What I'd like to see happening, and this is actually the season, is during hunting season, is have a challenge to all of the people not hunting to go poke your head in each and every store, even if it's not one that interests you. Just open the door
That's a good
and
idea.
have a look.
Yes.
You might find something
That's a
that
good idea.
surprises you and gets people downtown.
Yeah.
I find people tend to like to park the car maybe at the mall or a Walmart, go inside, and that's it. But no, it's fun just wandering downtown. I think it is.
I have a question because it was like a couple weeks ago. I had put a post out about what everybody's thoughts were about an agricultural fair. Now, Renfrew has one, Cobden has one, Shawville has one, and like beyond. I'm kind of curious, why has Pembroke never had one of those agricultural fairs? I did say agriculture the first time, or did I say recreation?
No, you did say
I-
agriculture. No,
Okay,
you did.
good.
So, so I look at the place in Renfrew where they have theirs. It's clearly in an outer part, and they have
That is
lots
true.
of space. You're talking cows, horses, big animals, and waste. And do you want them in Riverside Park? I guess we could have it in Riverside Park, but to me, agriculture is more what our neighbors would do. I would like to see a diversity festival. We are so diverse
That is a good
here.
idea.
And you know, we have our logging pass, that could be a piece. We have our military, we have our college, we have our indigenous, we have our
That is so true.
LGBTQT. So I see a massive festival, could be a day, could be 3, could be a week. And I did miss the Gay Pride Parade this year. We didn't have one, and it's never really typically been a parade. It's been a walk through town. I participated in the first year they had it, I think. I would like to see every hour on the hour, and this is my military person coming out, I'm sorry, but you know, a particular group, one of our diverse groups, do a parade through everybody
That
else.
would be a good idea.
And then the next, and we can see, oh my gosh, look at everything we have. We have a German community, the French community. We have so much here, so many different people that if we could get together to celebrate that, that would be amazing.
Yes, we definitely have a lot of diversity, especially with all the new students in the college.
Yes.
Like, and I was mentioning in the previous interview about how diverse we've gone downtown, showing people's artwork and the different cultures of food, and it is so nice, and it's so refreshing, and it's so up to date. It's so evolutionary.
Exactly. So there was a huge success at the market here not too long ago. Their evening that I heard people attended. I couldn't. I had something else on that night, but that it was like they weren't even in Pembroke. It sort of hurts me when I hear that. Oh, it was something. It was like it's not Pembroke, but it was. So let's build on things that make you say that.
Maybe that's what Pembroke's identity is. Diversity. Because we were talking about that a couple interviews ago, and it's true. Pembroke really doesn't have an identity right now. We're a little bit of this and a little bit of that, but we got to start somewhere. And
so
then
we're diverse.
Yes,
and accepting and caring of that. You can be diverse and everybody's keeping themselves. Let's get together. Let's celebrate.
Absolutely, and that's kind of the idea of this talk show too. Because Max and I, once elections wrap up, we would like to continue. We will be changing the group name to Pembroke Talk, and it's going to be bringing in people like students and businesses and artists, and it will be to give that person recognition, but also the town, and it's in a way it's like free advertising for them, because it's gonna get their name out there, get the idea out there,
and we're gonna continue to bug our local city councillors.
And you should
definitely.
You should definitely.
Yeah, we're definitely getting to know a lot of you guys personally, which is really nice. So it's
good.
Keeping us motivated.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Awesome.
Definitely, thank you for being on the show and talking about your personal experiences with the city and your goals in council for our city. It's definitely clear that you are motivated and that you want to get re-elected so you can see these things through even more and get in on the creative phases, because you've been around for a lot of the build-up and legwork. So I think you seem like a very creative, community-involved person, and it shows. This conversation's been lit.
It's been great. Is there anything you'd like to add before we wrap this up? Any part of your platform or?
I would put a call out to volunteers. Get out there, get in your community. It's not always about the money. There are so many organizations begging for volunteers. So I did a lot of that before I joined council. I was on community living board for years. I sat on a bunch of city committees. It's good. It makes you appreciate and love your community. And when you do good for others, you're doing good for everybody.
And it says a lot about yourself as well as a person. Somebody to be dedicated as yourself is a great person to have representing the people of Pembroke.
Thank you.
Well, we're blessed to have you on here. Christine Reavie, thank you so much.
Thanks,
It's been a great interview.
Thank you, Candace.
All right, well, I'm going to shut off the live feed here. We still have some of those cookies left if you'd like to try some.
Yes, Rita made us some more of those macarons.
Oh my gosh,
Yes.
you're getting spoiled.
Oh, definitely.